All right. Just we're trying to sample who's living within their means here in studio. So if any of that leaked to you, apologies. It seems that not so many of us here. So the conversation we're about to have with the gentleman on the show is going to be useful to my team members and the whole KUTV. So if you're at home, I'm sure if you can sample, ask the person who's next to you. Kama uko home and you're sitting next to your parent, umuulize, are they living within their means? If you're sitting next to your sibling, your friend, your spouse, just do a small sample test. Alafu ujue shida iko wapi. But I will let the gentlemen introduce themselves first, alafu tuingie in depth kwa hii conversation. Hii conversation important sana, especially during this tough economic times. By tomorrow, inflation itakuwa juu, inamaanisha pesa yenye uko nayo today. If you have 1,000 bob in your pocket today, if you had 1,000 bob, let's say in 2015, today it's worth less than 1,000. It's probably close to 800 Kenyan shillings. If you factor in inflation, which has been rising with double digits, na tuko na cost of living which is going up, the cost of commodities is also going up. If you add taxation on top of that, it means that day by day, the amount of money that you have in your pocket doesn't afford you the same privilege it did yesterday. So if you're also the same person who is making this money worse as the days go by, kesho uko na tamaa more, kesho kuto tena tamaa yako imezidi lakini pesa haipandi, it's likely to be a problem. And that's a conversation we're having here. So leave us a comment, a question on social media to handle as we go on. But gentlemen, karibu kwa show. I'll start with my far right. Alafu do justice to your introduction, anything I've not mentioned, and then gentleman next to me, alafu we get into the conversation. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Cassiano Brian, from the School of Business, a finalist in my last semester. Yeah, I'm taking Bachelor of Commerce Finance option. I'm a former member, advisory board member of Finance Society of Kenyatta University, and I'm also a youth mentor. And also, I'm trying to come up with an organization called Fly to Save Lives organization, which mainly does mentorship and also helping people to understand child rights and youth or young people to cope up with the changing economic situations within the country. Yeah.
Very nice. This is actually the correct day for the activities that you've mentioned. That this is World Social Justice Day, and some of mentorship involves social development, which means social justice for the people that you're trying to bring this conversation to. So I'm hoping some other day we can get to speak about your organization, but leo tutaongelea living within our standards. Yeah.
Okay.
Gray.
Okay. Thank you. By my name, I'm Masawa Gray from the School of Business, a second year, just waiting for specialization. Not yet specialized, so I'm still weighing ways on how to specialize on finance, accounting, so we are still on the way. And I'm also a member of the Finance Society of Kenyatta University. By now, I'm having a business that I'm running. As a student, I'm having an electronic shop running within Nairobi. Yeah. So it's just seeing on how we can work on our ways. Yeah. And
very nice.
Live within our means.
Okay. A businessman.
Yeah.
And I'm Richard Okenya, honorary member of the Finance Society of Kenyatta University. At this point, I mean, the Finance Society of Kenyatta University should have my name there, honorary. I will not look past the camera because the man responsible for that is sitting behind the scenes and he's got that message. Now, let's get into this. There's a lot of problems when it comes to young people and how they spend money. Students and how they spend money and how they live within the money that they have. You've let me know, according to a document I received here from the Finance Society of Kenyatta University, FSKU, that there are two very main issues that are facing these young people. One, it's social media, where they go online, see other people on vacation, buying this here and there, and they're like, wow, why not me? When, manifesting and whatnot. And then there's peer pressure, yeah? So it doesn't have to be online. Maybe I have a friend of mine who's living in a really nice house. Wale yenye unafika kwa nyumba, the first thing unauliza, na huko mnalipanga ngapi? Na ile ulinunua ngapi? You're like, I should also be living in this way. So maybe I can start with Brian there. Social media and peer pressure are these things that we can avoid really, given that we are at an age where, you know, tuko online kila saa. Niko na simu hapa, saizi nikitoka hapa I'll check online. Whether I'm going there for business or not, nitafungua tu Instagram, nitafungua tu Twitter. I will see someone who's doing better somehow than me. Is this something that you can avoid, or should we even be gunning to avoid it?
Okay, what I can say about social media, no one can run away from social media.
Yeah.
Because it is really growing, and every day we have so many things happening on the social media. And you look around, many things, through the social media, it's when we get to know whatever is happening around the world.
Yeah.
So people are actively on social media, especially in Kenya. We have so many young people who are a lot with skills, but they are not getting a place to utilize the skills. So the only place they get a platform to express what they have, it is the social media. But you cannot run away from the social media. What we can do with the social media, it is understanding the value you have, the skills you have, and understanding that a social media, it is an opportunity where you can get a platform to sell your ideas and also to grow. Let's take an example. You are a musician. You can go to a social media, open a YouTube channel, and start up maybe your own channel by producing your own music and getting followers. From it, you'll be earning something out of it. You can be an online tutor, selling your ideas online and recruiting people whom you can be teaching. For me, when I joined in first year, I remember I used to do tutoring every evening from 8 to 9 p.m. to high school students, especially the Form 4s. Like I will now conduct their parents, and I be invited. I do teaching mathematics and business as my part-time. But accessing them, I will do an online advert.
Okay.
Maybe through Facebook. I will just reach out to friends to share out on their WhatsApp status. If you need a teacher, you can contact this number. Yeah.
All right. So it's not something that we can avoid, or it's not something that we should be thinking of avoiding, is how to utilize it.
Yeah, we cannot avoid it, but we should think on how we can utilize it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come to Gray here, and I'll still repeat the same question that I asked him, and bringing a new context where 2 years ago, KRA started a new activity, which is they said they will be monitoring online, yeah? Wakiona kama una fly kila wiki na ulipi tax, they know you're evading tax, you have some money somewhere. So that's KRA. Even KRA know that kuna watu online wana flex. And he's told us that, you know, you can do that, you can go online and feel jealous and feel like you need to also live like that, but you can take it to your advantage and make money like these people you're seeing online. The problem is that amesema someone ataingia online, or him. Let's take an example of Brian here. He has a poster, he's put it out, he's making money through tutoring. Now the problem comes with me, who's looking at him utilizing this platform hivo. He's making money, so I feel like I should also make money. Nikiangalia hapa kando, there's someone else selling shoes and they're making money. Nikiangalia mwingine, he's on holiday. How do I tapunguzaje hiyo pressure? That's where I want us to start from. How do I ensure that pressure doesn't get to me?
When you talk of online, avoiding online, number one, that's something that can't work. You have just to go into the internet and see what's going on. Then if you talk of peer pressure into the online jobs, maybe someone is going well through online marketing, online, like you call a friend and he just tell you that I'm just doing an online writing, I'm doing an online business, and you are like, how can I also do this? So like, you can't avoid online, but you can also make online to be also a form of income to you, and also a benefit to you. You cannot tell me that everybody can earn through online, but through online we can get like some ideas. We have those who are who I can say that they sell their ideas. They say like they are some motivational speakers through online. They advise you on how to start a business. Some of them talks of, even they teach you through the law, how the constitution is, what you should do when at this situation. So I can say that you can't avoid online, but you should make it to be as a benefit to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saying there's a lot more to do than maybe what you see someone doing. How do we assess our standards of living? We are speaking here about living within our own means, living within our own standards. Brian, nitajuaje mimi ninaishi within my means? Maybe najifinyilia, you know, I could be spending 20 shillings every day. Now there's someone else who is telling me tumia pesa ikuzoea bana. Now maybe my means is 50 shillings and I've been spending 10 bob. But maybe my means is 10 bob and I've been spending 100 shillings every day. How do I assess and know, okay, so hapa na hadi hapa ndio uwezo wangu, and this is where my means are, so I should be rotating around here?
Yeah, maybe before I come to that, just to comment on what he said.
Yeah.
You have said a very important point that you can go online and get skills. It's not a must that you earn from online.
Okay.
Because you'll get to online and then you see someone has just taken a photo beside a car. But that car doesn't belong to that person. Maybe it's your classmate some 4 years ago, and you think now this person is really prospering and
I may make it.
Yeah. Someone goes just beside a nice building, takes a photo and posts in Facebook. So you are like, how will I now get to this level of life? That is now peer pressure. But if you can understand whatever is happening beside this person, and that is now we are saying that people are not genuine themselves. They are trying to fake lives, and that leads to stress, and youth end up suffering at the end of it because they live a fake life. You get now this person, when frustrations come, he's not able to handle them because now the picture he portrayed is not the picture now that is real with him on the ground. Yeah, now to say that, how do you assess now that you are living within your means? So living within your means, just simply living within your budget, buying what you can afford and living that which you cannot. Understanding your needs and also separating your needs from your wants. That is, for example, for you to live within your means, your expenditure should not exceed your income. That's now living within your means, because once your expenditure exceeds your income, you'll end up now going ahead, starting to borrow, ending up into loans, maybe mobile loans, and those mobile loans have a higher interest. For example, you might end up getting a mobile loan of 8%. That is 8% per month. 8% per month times 12 months. Let's say, for example, you've defaulted for 12 months to pay that loan. That's a very huge interest, which is almost 90% of the money that you borrowed. So you'll get that they have a higher interest, and you might default to get loans. For you to get a loan, know why are you getting the loan? Is it important? Is it something that will repay within the near future? What means do you have to repay the loan? Then, is there other means you can survive without this loan? So you need to consider, but you need to live within your budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Living within your means living within your budget, and rule number 1 is that you should not be spending more than you're earning.
Yes.
Great. I have a question for you here, and it's about that need for overnight success. Yeah. We have very many terms now in the Republic regarding this. Kuna kutoka kwa block, sote tunataka kutoka kwa block, kuna kumake it, kuomoka, and very many other terminologies which are being used to show that we need to, yani sahi tunahitaji sahi to make it, right? And the biggest fact that scares our youth is to be poor. Yeah. Is it okay to be poor? Maybe let's begin there. Is it okay to be poor? Maybe, you know, I should not go and get more debt. Nikwe tu sawa. Mimi niko na 50 na hiyo iko sawa. Let's wait for a time when I can afford more means. Yeah. Is it okay to be poor?
It's not a sin to be poor. I can put it that way.
Okay.
That it's not a sin to be poor.
Okay.
Being poor is like, you may be poor that your parents, let me say like your parents from your childhood, you have been like, the earnings from your parents hasn't been good. But it's upon you to work it out and see that you are not poor anymore. Someone who is like over 18 years is someone who has the mind to think and be creative. Yeah.
Okay.
In the world today, you just have to be creative and to just come out of the block, the way they say. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is just
so sometimes
creativity.
it's generational poverty that's affecting you at that point.
Yeah.
So it's not okay to be poor, but it's not okay to be poor but it's not a sin to be poor at the same
Sin
time.
to be poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how can we leverage the little resources that we have to also make a living as a student? I know that you've mentioned you have your own electronic shop going on, so which means you already can call you a businessman at this point, yeah? How are you able to personally leverage the few resources that you have to do business as you're doing, and what else can students take a look at?
What I can say to students is this: so long as you are someone who has been educated from high school to now, you are in a technical college or a university, you have a brain. That's the first thing that you have. You have a brain, and what you should do is to see that this brain is useful to your health, to your life. Number one, we have some resources like help. If you are poor, apply for help. That money is just for it to assist you in your education. Apply for help. That's a funding. It's a loan though, but it's a amount given to you to support you in your education. Number two, help is not for alcohol and partying.
Oh, it's not.
Around. Help is not for alcohol and partying and so many things that students think that it is the main reason that the government give them. The reason for help is to help you. Maybe if you have not cleared your fees, clear your fees.
Yeah.
But if your fees is okay and your financial status is okay, then use it for investment. Investing in help is very easy. Take half of the help. If you are receiving like the lowest amount, that's 15,000. Take 7,000. You can invest in 7,000. To me, I started my electronic work in 1.1 when I was broking electronic devices. You sell me iPhone, I go and I sell it to someone else. I started with 7,000. I went on and started connecting with people who can bring me like the chargers, cables, and so on and so forth. Then in the case of in the end of 1.2, I got a capital and started like an electronic shop, kadogo too. That's just to push me like to sustain that this electronic work doesn't die. So it's not a must that you get 100,000 to start something. Just start with the lowest that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not a must that even those who have made it into life, they did not start from the top. They just started from the bottom. Yeah.
Right.
So it's just to work with the lowest that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can society, Brian, how can society as a large help the youth think about their money and living within their means? Is there a role that Mali, our youth man, students wanatoka, parents and the institution, is there a way they can help them to also think about their money in this way?
Yeah, there's a way. Of course, where there is a problem, there's a solution. And where there's a problem, there's an opportunity also. So there's a way out. Taking for my example, I joined KU, but within my first week, the pocket money I had was only 200 shillings. So I had to think and figure out how I'll be surviving out in the KU. So I became a cobbler. I only used 50 shillings to acquire the materials. So I used to help comrades with door-to-door services. They will not move with their shoe to outside school looking for a cobbler. I'll go to their place and help them make their shoe. And that sustained me. The mind beside that was, when I left home, I was instructed one thing: just understand where you are coming from. Don't go and start partying and doing everything, but understand where you are coming from. We don't have enough to support you, but go and think. So when I came out, I had to think and figure out on how I can survive. Because yes, you might be coming from a poor family. You will remain poor if, one, either you don't know how to separate your needs from your wants, you are ignoring debts, and also you've not learned about personal finance, and you don't pay yourself first. Because out of everything you earn, you need to pay yourself first. For example, if you are employed, you are earning something like 50,000. What are you paying yourself? That is from the salary. Pay yourself first. What is going to savings and investments? That will help you maybe to cater for the speculative risk and everything else in the near future. That is it. Then also, the society can help in mentorship programs and trainings. Mentorship programs will help the youth to learn more about the outside, what is outside the classroom.
Yeah.
For example, in class, you'll be taught, I'm taking finance. I'll learn finance. I'll know how to use finance packages, all the SPSS, SAGE, and everything. But that one does not limit me to explore another field. Through mentorship, will help this person to think, to be dynamic. Because currently, you might be doing a course whereby IT is now taking over. AI is now taking over whatever you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
What are you thinking now to safeguard that? Yeah.
Okay.
So like through mentorship and training sessions, people will be helped to understand whatever is happening outside and where they can majorly create more opportunities. So social and professional networks, whereby now youth are linked to professionals and corporate organizations for mentorships. And as they say that your connection or your network
is your net worth.
is your net worth. What people are you working with in the society? Whom are you interacting with? Let's say, for example, you are interacting with a person who is now taking bank every day. Every day it is bank. So whatever you're thinking with this person is how you can now explore and get a new site where you can buy this bank. But you'll not be knowing whatever is happening outside.
Yeah.
Seeking new friends, seeking to know new things which are happening around you. Yeah.
Right. Gray. Maybe you can pick it up still there, society, and maybe an add-on with the government. What can society, institutions, and the government of the day do to help the youth think about their money and address this issue of living within our standards?
Oh, what I can take back to the society is just being creative. In the society, like, if you look at your society, you see that the youths are very lazy. Just come up with something that can help the youth just to be busy. Then this one can help them like solve some social conflicts.
Okay.
When you go back to the society, you see like boys are just lazing up around, and you just decide that let me come up with a place where they can watch. You just give them movies to watch. That one can just keep them that someone can just go to work, let me say mjengo, then after that he just rushes to your movie just to go and watch one movie, then he can just go home well. You see youths are just around the society, and you just decide that what if I give them boda at a loan? Then they just work with the boda and in the evening they bring me back the money. So it's just about looking everything as an opportunity.
Okay.
In Kenya today, you just have to be creative.
Okay.
The way I can see it like this and just say that you need to make your hair very well. And I just decided that let me bring a kinyozi next to the school. Then I think I've solved one of your problem. So it's not a must that you solve every problem that you see, but just look at one and solve it.
Okay.
Then this can help us also into the government. It can help in the revenue collection. So long as I'll be earning something, revenue, I just have to come in. Because in Kenya today, taxes is the order of the day. It is taxes and taxes and taxes.
Okay.
Anything will be taxed in Kenya. So long as you have created job for the youths, you've also bring government in. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. As we wrap up, gents, I have one more maybe query here, and it's about parents. So sometimes the parents should also teach their children that they can lack, and it's not a criminal offense to lack. How do we as someone who told us about a personal story where your family let you know hapa nyuma kuna kitu unarudi kufanya, how do we teach that sense of luck, yeah, even in a family setup where maybe wako na kitu kiasi, but there's a need to tell this child that eventually maybe utalack ukiwa uko mbele, you might go, your parent might lose a job and situations turn around, so you shouldn't find yourself in a situation where now you can't even live within the new means. How can we encourage parents to teach this in their children?
Okay, we can teach parents to do that by just looking at first the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay.
One goal, it says no poverty. That's the SDG 1. And we have the fourth goal, which emphasizes on quality education. And SDG 8, which emphasizes on decent work and economic growth. A parent who looks at these things doesn't spoon-fed the child, but you need to teach the child how to fish, not teaching the child how to fish and fishing for the child. Yeah. Nowadays, someone said that previously employers were looking for people to employ, but now they realize there are so many people who are employed. So some of the employers decided now, no, I'm employed, but I'm looking for someone to employ in someone's farm. Let me now own a farm. So as long as someone has owned a farm, now I'll be employing on my basis. So everybody's now thinking of how he can own a farm. Now a parent who spoon-feeds the child should ask him or herself that when I'm not there. For example, my dad died in July, but now I'm now there. I have to figure out how I'll survive. So the parent who still spoon-feeds the child is teaching the child how to fish, but still fishing for the child.
Yeah, and not allowing the child to try fishing.
Yeah. So, for example, if you have released your child to come to an institution like this one, sometimes you need to just let the child live, to go without something, for the child to learn something out of it.
Yeah, it reminds me of my father as well, unapiga hello, asina kitu. That could be also one of the ways, yeah? Unamwacha run a few days without something, I think outside of the box.
Yeah.
But
you don't go to an extent whereby now you are now letting the child survive alone.
And suffer.
Yeah, and suffer.
Okay.
But as you release the child, also follow up on how the child is doing.
Yeah.
But you let sometimes the child to survive by him or herself. Yeah.
All right.
Because one day denying your child 100 shillings, that one, the child cannot die. The child will not die. Yeah. He will look on other ways. He will figure out, now my parent is not responding. What will I do on this? So he will figure out on how now he'll get the 100 from somewhere else. Yeah. So the child will start surviving.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Do you agree? Is that a way for us to bring up kids in a way that they will definitely live within their means in the future?
I totally agree with him.
Yeah.
The way parenting happens affect many children. When you are brought in a way that everything is provided in the house, that's something that is really affecting like some prominent leaders in our country. Like a child is brought in a place where everything is there. Mtoto ana hiyo time ya kufikiria that I should also look for my ways. It comes now into campus life or college life or any institution, higher education institutions. When when you are in high school you are being for provided like everything. You are very sure that if I've taken lunch, supper is there.
Equal.
And if it's not there, that's a strike to be conducted.
Yeah.
So you are very sure that it's there. So when you come to campus life, kama iko kama una so this is the way to go.
Okay.
Parenting should be very key, like you teach your child on how to survive even without something.
All right.
You be creative and create yours. When like I can say, like the money being provided by the parents, according to us and our age by now, it can't be enough for us, but you should look on how you can go extra mile to supplement that.
Yeah. Okay, asante sana. Gentlemen, I want us to finish with just one remark from each of you. And this time I want to finish on the negative side of things, which is the effects of not living within your means, so that tuache watu wakijua hizo ndo consequences. So maybe 2-3 things that you can mention that would be drastic if someone didn't live within their means. I'll start with Gray. Maybe you can pick it up from there, alafu tumalize hivyo. Mtu asipo live within their means, mtu mwenye ametona anapuuzilia mambo, what can they look forward to in terms of negative consequences?
If you have decided now to live beyond your means,
yes, beyond your means, yes.
You'll engage in some activities like theft, robbery. So it will make you to be like a criminal. Yeah, you'll be a customer to the DCI.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I can tell the youth is that just try to be creative. Just sit down. You know your talent. You know where you are good in. To me, I was very talented in electronic devices. Kama ni kuunda stima, hiyo ni kaa kitu nilizaliwa nayo. So what I can advise the youth is that just be creative. What you are doing, like what you are seeing, like your aunts can do, just improve on it.
Okay.
I think you'll just add somewhere. And let's not just be like umeingia online unaona like so and so amenunua gari, so you are saying like I'll also be in that life without doing nothing, just watching at him and liking the video, and that one will not bring you there. But what you should do, what am I doing so that I can be a so and so? Like, and also one thing that I can tell the youth, that have someone to be like. Useme hata I want to be like President William Ruto. Say that I want to be like Raila Amolo Odinga. So have someone who makes you that I feel like I should be like so and so.
Okay.
It's not a crime.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Asante sana. Brian?
Yes, we have some effects which leads to maybe which results from living beyond your means. One, he has mentioned now living, maybe it is a matter of morality, living the moral way and living the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you see our ladies nowadays. We have ladies dying, funny accidents happening, and you wonder what is happening. Those are some of the effects which are resulting due to living beyond our means, and it comes with a lack of patience. Like for you to create wealth, you need patience and sacrifice for you to have your own wealth. And also you might get that a person living beyond his means will be uncomfortable, stressed, frustrated, because it's trying to survive within whatever he cannot fit in.
Yeah.
Then even companies, assuming you're a comrade, you want to go outside and be recruited in a company. You have loans, Tala, everywhere. Before they recruit you, we have whatever happens behind the scene.
Yeah.
They must check, how is this person handling finances? If we recruit this person, how will he handle our clients' finances? So it will also count on you getting a job, but it will haunt you if you are not living within your means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is it. And also, I want to tell you that there are so many opportunities, organizations working to create space for the youth to develop. So many people are thinking on how they can solve current problems, but it is upon us, the youth, to realize whatever is happening around us, and also know that we are being counted on the development of the economy of our nation.
All right.
Not just partying and living beyond our means, but using the little resources we have to develop ourselves, and also counting on the economic growth of the country.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian and Gray, for that very great conversation, which is on money spending habits by the youth, looking at it from a behavioral finance lens. And we're having this conversation courtesy of the Finance Society of Kenyatta University, FSKU. Join them for more of this outside of the show. They have this conversation every now and often. If you become a part of the team, become a part of the society, you will definitely benefit. In conclusion, it's very important that all the parties which are involved, be it parents, lecturers, teachers, students, mentors, youth, to help each other in taking a look at how the youth are spending their money, because they are the future of society, and we don't want broke people who are living beyond their means as our leaders of the future. So think about it. Biashara Tuesday We'll be taking a short break and then I will be right back. Leave me a comment. I'll read them after this break.